Good day and welcome to another episode of Drew's Book Reviews. So today we're going to talk about 5 characters that I have really enjoyed throughout the books that I have read. So if you're interested to see which 5 characters I have picked out, stay tuned, that's coming right up. Alright, so some of my favorite characters. Let's check this out. It's going to be awesome. I've got some really cool characters to tell you about today in this short little video. So, first off, we got Perrin Goldeneyes. This guy is amazing. He's part wolf, he's part man, he's got a wife that is basically a falcon. Well, not really a falcon. You see, she's known as the falcon, she's known as Fael. But she's referred to as the Falcon, and then we got Perrin, who's basically like this half wolf, half man human hybrid thing going on with the golden eyes, and that super awesome hammer. I mean, check this out, this really cool war hammer he's got. Perrin is just a crazy character. Love him. He walks the world of dreams, he hunts with the wolf pack in the world of dreams. His best buddy's named Hopper, and he's a wolf, and just overall, Perrin is just a phenomenal fighter. He learns to fight so effectively. He eventually learns to embrace the wolf side of his nature and become Perrin Goldeneyes. He becomes this leader of armies and develops so well, and of course he's also an awesome blacksmith. And overall, just Perrin is just an incredibly awesome character. Absolutely love Perrin and his wolf brothers and how that interacts with the overall story. And of course, you know, having a wolf with a bird companion, that's kind of cool, don't you think? A falcon, no less. Again, Fael's not really a falcon, she's just referred to as a falcon, but Perrin is definitely part wolf, which makes him a really cool character. And those golden eyes are just awesome. I mean, who wouldn't want golden eyes? That would just be so cool, right? I mean, gold eyes, it just stands out. And of course, Perrin has these wolf senses. He's got fantastic hearing, this incredible sense of smell. He's able to, you know, sniff out when people aren't telling the truth or what they're feeling just based on how they smell, and just overall he becomes so integrated with the wolf side of his nature throughout the story. It's just really, really awesome. Absolutely love that about Perrin Goldeneyes throughout this story of the whole Wheel of Time arc, which you definitely got to check out. Perrin, one of my favorite characters by far. Absolutely love this guy. He is so much fun to read throughout the Wheel of Time. All right, so next up we've got Kaelin Stormblessed. So this guy is awesome. He doesn't start out awesome. He actually starts out as a pretty depressing character. He is depressed. His life has gone to hell. He is miserable, and for good reason. This guy's been through a lot, and he's suffering from severe depression, which is why I could really relate to this guy, to Kaelin as a character. I think Brandon Sanderson did an incredible job writing about depression and mental illness. Now, he never actually gets over his depression. That's just not something you get over. It's something that you do struggle with your entire life, and it comes through so well in this character. It comes through so effectively with Kaelin Stormblessed. But of course, he eventually overcomes that depression. As far as it controlling his life, he takes back control, and while he still suffers from it, he still struggles with it. He is able to take that and turn it into something better. He becomes something better as he's bonded to Syl, his honor sprint, and through that companionship, he learns to accept himself for who he is. He learns to accept his reality of his life so that he could overcome that and become something better, eventually emerging into becoming a Knight Radiant, which is a really, really awesome thing. And I absolutely love Kaelin Stormblessed story arc in the Stormlight Archive. It really is phenomenal, and probably by far one of my favorite characters I've ever read in everything that I've ever read. Just awesome. Love Kaelin Stormblessed. Syl's kind of fun too. She could be quirky, funny, and hilarious, but Kaelin specifically, just a overall incredibly well-written character. Absolutely love his character, and I think it's just done so well, and I can really relate hardcore because I, like Kaelin, have suffered depression. Now granted, I wasn't sold into slavery, beaten into submission, and beat down to a point where my life didn't matter, but I can tell you one thing, like Kaelin, there have been times in my life where I felt I've been on the edge of that honor chasm, ready to just throw myself off. And so I can really relate to Kaelin Stormblessed and his depression, which is part of what makes him such a relatable character for me, and part of why I love his character so much in the Stormlight Archive, because he really is relatable for me. So next up, I've got Harry Dresden as one of my favorite characters. I mean, this guy is awesome. He's bad to the bone, he's tough, he's smart, he's intelligent. and he gets himself into a lot of trouble. I mean, come on, he's fighting vampires and werewolves and all kinds of demonic creatures in the streets of Chicago. Chicago's only practicing wizard, by the way. You could look him up in the phone book, seriously. Dresden Files, if you haven't read it, definitely check it out. It is an awesome series of books, and Harry Dresden is just crazy. The man is literally crazy. He goes to hell and back. Definitely check it out. Harry Dresden is just awesome. He's fighting bad guys day in and day out, and he just never seems to get a break. You almost feel for him. Feels like, dude, just give Harry a break already. Let him rest. He's been through enough, hasn't he? This guy is trying to balance the good and evil nature of himself, his friends, his family, trying to protect everyone. He's just taken on such a huge burden in an effort to do what is right, but often what he does ends up making things worse in the long run, because there's that law of unintended consequences that nobody thinks about when they're doing and acting in the moment. So Harry does tend to act in the moment, trying to do what's right, but doesn't really have a chance to sit back and think, well, what's going to happen if I make this decision or that? Which makes his character interesting. And a lot of time I think that's how a lot of people run as well. But Harry Dresden is he's a fast-paced, high-energy, explosive character, literally explosive in some cases. And just overall, he is a fun, entertaining character to read. And I absolutely love Harry Dresden. One of my favorite characters from urban fantasy that I've ever read. So if you haven't read the Dresden Files, definitely check it out. It is fun, entertaining, quick, fast, action-packed series all around. You won't regret it, I promise. Next up, we've got Kaelin Amnell from The Sword of Truth. Now, this is a character that I actually named one of my daughters after, named Kaelin. She is a phenomenally powerful character within this series. She is the Mother Confessor and has the power to enslave anybody to her will with a single touch. But this, of course, drains her of energy, so she becomes vulnerable. So Kaelin, along with her companion, the war wizard Richard Rahl, they fight for justice and truth throughout Dahara and the world in the Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind. Kaelin Amnell is definitely a fun, entertaining character. I love her position of power and authority within the land. She becomes a very strong character, and absolutely love that aspect of her. I loved her character so much, I even named my daughter after her. It tells you a little bit about how much I love the character of Kaelin Amnell from the Sword of Truth series. So she is definitely one of the best female characters I think that I've come across in terms of literature and books, and I really like her position of power and authority within that world, and how well her character is portrayed within that realm of authority, being the Mother Confessor, which is the confessor of all confessors, being a very powerful breed of magic users. Their abilities are inherited genetically. Just a great read, fun read. I enjoy her story arc, and I definitely am going to get back to Sword of Truth at some point. Not sure when, but I'm sure I'll reread it at some point for sure. And finally, on this quick little list of favorite characters, we have Marvin, the depressed android. He's so depressed all the time. Life sucks. Brain the size of a universe. And all he gets to do is these menial little tasks like answering the door. I mean, why bother, right? You are so smart, so intelligent, but nobody cares for that. They just want him to do these menial little tasks with nothing. It takes no intelligence whatsoever. Marvin, he's so depressed, and he's an android. Like, the guy is just, the Marvin the depressed android, just the whole concept behind that is hilarious. He is a funny character from The Hitchhiker's Guide. It's actually part of what makes The Hitchhiker's Guide so funny and hilarious to begin with. I mean, come on. Depressed android is just hilarious. And I absolutely love that aspect of of The Hitchhiker's Guide. Marvin is a great read. He's funny, he's entertaining, and you can't go wrong with the depressed android. Unless you're Marvin, then everything's going wrong because you know you're depressed and, well, life sucks because you got the brain the size of the universe and nobody wants you to do anything but these menial little tasks that absolutely mean nothing and are far below his level of intelligence. Like, his entire life is being wasted. Like, come on. Program that guy. Seriously, program to be happy. He's an android. Does he really have feelings? Is he really depressed, or does he just behave like he's depressed? I don't know. You go read the book Hitchhiker's Guide to find out. Anyway, those are the characters that I absolutely enjoyed from some of the books that I have read, and some of my favorite stories have been out there. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video about 5 characters that I have really enjoyed, and you know, thank you so much for watching. Do appreciate it. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, you could follow me on Twitter and Instagram and join me in the Discord, which will be linked below. You could also join me over on Patreon and get early access to my videos and maybe even get the chance to pick my next read as well. So that'll be fun. So join me over on Patreon. You can support this channel for as little as $1 per month. And you can join my other 3 patrons right now. So thank you so much for watching. Do appreciate it. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you next time on the next episode of Drew's Book Reviews. Until then, keep on reading. Bye.